How's it going, guys? I'm back. Like I said, I'm gonna be making more videos like this driving. But yeah, so I'm thinking today right now I'm just gonna do a quick story time. When I started tattooing, so a lot of you are interested in how I got started. You know, was this my plan? Was this something I wanted to do? And honestly, it wasn't. I mean, I completely respect what I do right now. I love it. It just wasn't in my plans. Growing up till about 6th grade, I had really good grades. Moved here from Long Beach in about 5th grade. I was about 11. And so we moved here. I didn't want to move here, obviously. I'm a kid. I have all my friends there. And it was over the summer, so I didn't get to say bye to my friends. I didn't get to to get their numbers. There wasn't Facebook at the time. I'm 28, so there wasn't Facebook, there wasn't Instagram, there wasn't, I doubt there's even MySpace, or MySpace was barely getting made, So we moved here in about, like I said, 6th grade. I had pretty good grades up until then. Then middle school came around, and I started becoming more and more social. I mean, I've always liked to talk a lot. That's one of the reasons why I decided to make videos. I like to talk to people. My job actually, allows me to talk to people a lot, and it's very fun. So I started getting, my grades weren't the best, and I was more of a social person. I wasn't a bad kid. I was very respectful to teachers and stuff. Well, for the most part, I got along with all my teachers. I still have actually close connections to some of my teachers. And, I just didn't do my work. I fell behind in high school. I ended up falling behind, and I ended up having to do workforce, which was pretty much night school. So night school for me opened up a whole nother group of friends. Some I knew from before, some I didn't. Some came from other schools. When you were behind in credits, whether you were at workforce because you had got expelled or because you were behind credits, I mean, it was just a mixture of everybody. So I've always liked drawing, always, and I started drawing with lettering and stuff like that. And all the guys at workforce at West High, they used to always tell me, like, you do really good drawings. Fucking draw my mom's name, draw my sister's name, draw my girlfriend's name. Oh, do my friend's name here, do my whatever. And they would walk around drawing them on their arms, on their hands, and they'd walk around, with a fake tattoo for the day. So eventually, it just became a conversation, like, why don't you start tattooing, man? And I was just like, no, like, I'm just trying to get high school done and possibly go to college for a little bit. And I did go for computer networking. I've always liked computers. I've always been a fucking nerd, so I decided to do that. And that was after high school though. But point is, I'm in workforce my junior year, I believe, the beginning of my junior year. I'm in workforce and we're messing around, and after about 2-3 months of talking about this, they talked me into it. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. So there was this mutual friend that had with another friend, and we got in contact. Told him, hey, I know you got a tattoo machine. From what I hear, you're not really using it, so you think I can borrow it? Try this shit out, see if it works out for me. He was nice enough to let me borrow it. I borrowed it. Shout out to Benny. He let me borrow it. I started, like, went back to school. I was like, hey, got a machine, who's down? So my friend Andrew, he was like, fuck it, I'm down, man. Just do my grandma's name, I believe. I think his first 2 tattoos was grandma's name and his mom's name. I might have a picture of those in the old album I have at home. So I ended up doing it. I was like, all right. So we set it up. I go down to his sister's house, I believe, down the street from where I live. Took all the little shit I had and get there. Funniest shit ever. So, they're bugging me for a few months about, why don't you tattoo? So here I get to his house, and fucking Andrew asked me, are you sure you know how to tattoo? I said, I don't know how to tattoo, You guys been talking to me about starting tattooing. You said you'd let me practice on you. Like, I don't know. I don't know shit about tattooing. I was like, all I know is what I watched on LA Ink at the time was popular. LA Ink. I was like, and the videos I've seen on YouTube. I was watching videos on YouTube on how to set up the tattoo machine, what I needed, what to do, what not to do. So the point is, we get to it, and I start tattooing him. So I at first I just draw it out with a pen, and I start, tattooing on him. And when you draw on skin with the pen, now I know better how to do it. But when you don't know how to do it, your shit, it just comes off right away. It wipes right off, And that was my first experience tattooing with him. And it wasn't too bad. I mean, even to this day, I still see tattoos that are worse than my first tattoos. So I remember, like, dang, like, it's not that bad. I've seen people with worse shit, So as I tattooed more and more, I was like, I think I can make something out of this. I still, finished high school. I was tattooing all the kids at high school. Like, my senior year, I was tattooing everybody. I was charging super cheap, I was getting like super cheap needles, and everything was always new and stuff, but it was just, I was making $20 a tattoo, $40 a tattoo. I remember when I was making $100 a tattoo, I thought, like, holy shit, like, that's money, and I would spend like 3 hours, on a tattoo, and I was making $100, so it's come a long ways. But it wasn't easy, in this industry. People don't really help you out. It's not easy to find somebody to help you out. I mean, your best bet is just getting tattooed, and by somebody that you think is really good, and just keep going and watching, or getting an apprenticeship. Apprenticeships, obviously, that's the legit way of learning how to tattoo. I never had an apprenticeship. I didn't know anybody. I mean, I just pretty much got tucked into this shit, and it went from there. So I never had an apprenticeship, and then fast forward 2 years after I started, 2-3 years, my buddy, I was tattooing all over my buddy that I had met in high school at Vista when I went to Vista P. He ends up walking to a tattoo shop, meets Rob, and he sees his tattoos on his legs and on his arms. He's like, yo, who does your work? He's like, oh, my buddy, my buddy Bugs. He's like, oh, well, where does he work? So, oh, he just works at home. So he's like, well, give him a call, see if he's willing to work at a tattoo shop. So he calls me up. I say, I'm down. Go down there, meet the guy. He's pretty cool. I do a tattoo in front of them just so they can see, what I can do. They like it. I end up sticking around, and then from there, I jump, a couple places here and there. But eventually, like right now, now I'm working with Rob. I've been working with Rob for about 4 years now at this point, and we had lost contact for years, and now I'm still tattooing with him. I've been with him for 4 years. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got started. Like I said, it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy trade to learn, and I'm still learning. Like I said, now I'm just an established tattoo artist. I have pretty good clientele, which most of you, like I said, are clients or know me because of tattooing. And yeah, but that's how I got started. People always ask me, what's the craziest tattoos you've ever done? And I think I'll always go back. When I first met Rob at the first shop, I was about to leave, and some girls walked in, and they wanted a tattoo inside their lip. First of all, it was crazy they were getting a tattoo inside their lip at that time. And second of all, one of them literally got the word dick, and the other one got the word balls inside their lip. So when they flipped down their lips, it would say dick, and the other one have balls. Funniest shit ever. They did it. Whatever. And another time, I actually had to turn down a tattoo. This is just my personal opinion. This is just how I feel. She wanted a tattoo of, well, she came in and she asked for a tattoo and how much for some small lettering. At the time, it wasn't too much. My minimum was 60, I believe, at the time. So I was like, you know what? I can do it for $60. She's like, well, you can't do any less. It's like super small, very quick writing. I said, no, I can't. Like, that's my minimum. That's what I have to make. She's like, okay, fuck it, let's do it. Some weird lady, She's like, let's do it. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, what do you want me to spell out, or what do you want me to write out so I can draw it out for you, and where does it go? She's like, it's gonna go here. And I wanted to say Antichrist. And at that moment when she said that, I mean, obviously off the bat, I'm like, I would not be able to do that to anybody. But I look at her arm, and it's a It's a crucifix, but it's upside down. It's not just a cross, it's a crucifix. Her whole arm is a crucifix, and you know, it's backwards, and it has Jesus Christ backwards, but she wanted the letters up straight, meaning, you know, she's just completely demonic or whatever she was. And creepiest fucking experience ever. I don't think anything has to top that. It's just me, you know. I'm a firm believer in God, and it's just stuff like that you just don't do, you know, especially with marking somebody's body forever. You know, it's not my job to do that, you know. And so I stay away from shit like that. Some people, you know, they're willing to do it. Some people are like, oh, you know, you fucking pussy, whatever. I don't care. Like I said, that's just not for me. I'm in this because I enjoy art, but at the same time, it's just something that I choose not to do. Everybody has their own beliefs. I completely respect them. I told the lady, you know what, I'm sorry. I respect your whatever you believe in. I can't, you know. And so she ended up getting tattooed by somebody else there. And you know, those are, you know, some of the crazier stories I have about tattooing. I enjoy talking about tattooing. I mean, it's given me everything that I have, you know. I love it. I'm showing up to work right now, and you know, I'm gladly doing it. You know, it's like I said, I have a lot of people say, you don't even do shit, you don't even work, you just sit there and draw. Yeah, I do, but that's my job. So it feels like I don't work, you know, because I'm just sitting there drawing on people. But you know, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And that's where I feel like I'm at right now. I enjoy it. I love it. I have other plans for the future. I mean, you know, like I said, I do this video stuff because I really enjoy it. I love computers. I love editing, you know, and I've always been pretty nerdy. So I mean, obviously, if this stuff takes off, it's great. You know, it's fun. It's something I enjoy. But you know, I have other plans. I have bigger plans. I don't know if I'll forever tattoo. Or I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll always tattoo, even if I were to get, you know, a different job, better income, even though it's good income. I would probably do another job or another type of hobby and stuff that makes money. But I think I'll never let go of tattooing. You know, I enjoy drawing. My friends would always want tattoos, so regardless, I feel like this will always be around for me. You know, unless unfortunately I would get hurt or something, which God forbid. But yeah, so you know, this is just a little story time with tattooing, how I got into it, and a couple crazy stories. I'll be making more videos like this though. Like I said, I really enjoy this stuff, and I'll be making more videos. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said in my previous video, I will be having somebody make an intro and outro, so the videos won't be as, you know, maybe basic or just straightforward. You know, they're gonna be a little more professional in my opinion. So yeah, so hopefully I can get that out soon, and I'll try to, like I said, keep making videos like this, keep making story times. I know a lot of people like to hear stories, and you know, and like I said, I love talking, so I'm sure you guys know that. So I love talking, and I'll be sure to come up with more ideas on stories that might be interesting to you guys. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna get to work, so I'll see you guys later.